Hi everybody, welcome to Salt with You. I just wanted to share a daily encouragement with you, but first of all, promise Pete, I wanted to say, where's Mego? Where's Wally? Can you find me in the picture? No, seriously, I actually wanted to talk about joy today, and I wanted to also talk about love. And these are two things that are the fruit of the Spirit, part of the fruit of the Spirit, which basically means if we have the Spirit of God living inside of us and active on the inside of us, then out of our life we will produce particular fruit. We won't have to try hard to do it. It'll be a product of being rooted and established and grounded in Him and in His love. Ephesians actually talks about being rooted and established in His love. And I want to actually read to you from 1 John chapter 4, from verse 16. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. Do we know and rely on the love God has for us? Do we know it? Do we rely on it? Because God is love. It's His definition. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. This is how love is made complete among us, so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. In this world, listen carefully, in this world, today, in the middle of 2021, in this world, we are like Jesus. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. Because fear has to do with punishment, and the one who fears is not made perfect in love. You know, this is a really challenging word right now. In this world, we are like Jesus. And Jesus is the exact representation of the Father. And God is love. Do we know this love? Do we rely on this love? Do we lean into this love? Do we let this love manifest itself in our daily lives, no matter what is before us? And at the moment, there is a lot of things before us. There is a lot of external pressure right now. There is a lot of different opinions right now. There is a lot of confusion right now. There is a lot of fear being projected right now. And there's no judgment in any of that. But my goal, our goal, is to be like Jesus in this world. And He is love. So no matter what I encounter, no matter what even difficult conversations I might find myself in, no matter who I may disagree with, no matter if I may disagree with the way somebody is treating me or behaving in this world, my only role is to be like Jesus in this world. So that would mean my role is to continue to love no matter what I am encountering. And I actually last week kind of gave myself a little personal mandate. And it was, I refuse to let offense take root in my heart in this season. Because there's a lot of things many of us might find offensive in what people are saying, and what people are doing, and what people might be projecting onto you or around about you, the divides and the differences of opinion, just the constant barrage of fear that we are facing. I refuse to let offense take root in my heart, because if I allow offense to take root in my heart, I'm going to stop loving. I'm going to stop loving the people that God has called me to love. And He's called me to love every single person I come into contact with. And so the only way we can do that, the only way I can love effectively. The only way I can allow joy to manifest in my life, and I'm going to talk more about joy in my next message, but the only way I can actually operate in the fruit of the Spirit is if I come up out of the influences and the conversations and the atmosphere of this world, and I come into His presence. And I specifically take the time in worship and prayer to come into His presence. And it's in this space where He can refill me, He can refuel me, He can heal any wounds I may be suffering, and He can fill me to overflowing with His love for me. Because until I have a revelation of that, until I know that, until I rely on that, I've got nothing to give anyone else. And the times that we're living in is placing us in almost like a vice grip and a pressure cooker, which everything as we're being squeezed that's in us is coming out. Now, that's not so that we can actually beat ourselves up, but it's so we can be aware. If what's coming out of me is anger and hostility and aggression and fear, then in this situation, I need a deeper revelation of the love of God in my life. Because I don't have it at the depth I need in order to be manifesting that in any situation I'm encountering. Jesus went to the cross saying, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. He beaten, bruised, hanging by nails, whipped, mocked, ridiculed. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. It was the greatest act of love of all time. And these scriptures tell us quite clearly, in this world, we are to be like Jesus. So I want to encourage you today. It's hard. This is where the rubber hits the road. It's easy in normal life, kind of to cruise along and maybe love the people that we agree with and love the people that look like us and love the people that make us feel good. This is where the rubber hits the road, guys. This is where our love needs to go deep. The love that He has for us, we need to let it go deep so that what I live out in my daily life is love, no matter who I'm encountering and no matter how offensive I might find them. So I encourage you today, dive deep into His love. Dive deep into the love He has for you, and you absolutely 100% have to learn to rely on that in these times. This may not get easier. It may not get easier for a little while yet. This is where our Christian character is formed. This is where Jesus gets formed in us. Now we can reject that and become reactive around about us, or we can embrace that and say, Lord, I need a greater revelation of who You are. Go deeper in me, Lord, so that I can manifest You and shine Your light on this earth how You have called me to. So thanks, guys. I encourage you in that today.